the first TOA team leader to lose everything. That's right, everyone. Today, we're looking at Lesovikk. Let's get started. Greetings everyone, and welcome back or welcome to the RobeTheMatoran channel, and today we're looking at set number 8939 TOA Lesovikk. Contains 149 pieces and just retail for $20, and also was released in the year of 2007 as a special edition set, even though I don't see what's so special about him. If you want to pick this up used, you're paying $100 to $116, but if you want to pick this up brand new, you're paying $250 and possibly to $300 or more. I'm at a dilemma to say which one is the preferred option, considering he has lime green joints, so I'll save that at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Lesovikk was once a RobeTheMatoran and eventually became a TOA. In fact, he became the first TOA leader. On one mission, he was in a deadly encounter with a Zyglak, and he hesitated for a split second and caused his entire team to be killed. After feeling tremendous guilt and fell into a deep depression, he convinced himself that he wasn't worthy to be a TOA. However, Karzani has captured the few friends he had left. He tried to make a rescue attempt, but he failed miserably, and ever since then, he vowed for revenge and chased Karzani down to the pit. Even being mutated, he came down there to face off Karzani. Now, looking at the outside of the box, and yes, I do have the box this time. In fact, this is actually a brand new sealed set that I actually have acquired here today. So, looking outside the box, it's just Lesovikk on his sea sled, trucking through into the pit, just going through the water, and there's a little side image saying special edition, even though I don't really get why it says special edition, because, I mean, it's just kind of an ordinary set. I mean, you could find it pretty much anywhere, at least back then, so I don't really get all that. On the side of the box, there's just some gold trimming on it. It's like a really nice, clean look. On some of the boxes, it's a bit more rusty. I kind of hate I didn't show it with the other ones, but for this one, it's gold and it's nice and sleek. And then just on the other side, it's just a small image of the same image you've seen on the front of the box. Nothing too special there. And then on the back of the box, we get this another pose of Lesovikk and showing off some of the gear functions that it can do. I say gear, but it's just simple little functions with the sled and showing you Lesovikk can ride it, of course. Obviously, you see it on the front of the box. And a little bit on the side, you can see all the TOA Mari on there as well, and on the other side you can see a picture of Voyanui and the pit, so just some extra detail for you on the back of the box. It's a lot more interesting on the back of the box than there is on the front. Once opening the box, you get 2 number bags but 3 total bags, an instruction manual, and this piece that's oddly sitting on the outside of the box and the bag. Strange. Now, with that finally out of the way, we can now begin the speed build, so I will see you all once I finish that. Nearly 20 minutes of building, and now we're complete with Lesovikk and his sea sled. Now, let us see if he is really worth buying this brand new shield. Let's start off with the color scheme, and I'll have to say, I like his color scheme. It very much reminds me of the Mata days of Bionicle, where they would have a lot of bright colors, and their accent color will be also a bright color. I know he has the dark Metru colors, but he is elevated with the lime green, even though the joints are questionable. Depends on however you get this set in whatever condition it's in. But it does really make the set look good. Even with the tiny bit of silver, it really actually makes the set pop out. And I think with the sea sled being kind of a bit of more of a kind of just a blander color, just silver, black, and red, it works. It really does work with this. Diving into the nitty-gritty of Lesovikk and really getting into the details of the character, I wanted to just point out that he has a couple of recolored pieces, surprisingly. Yes, he actually has some recolors, actually a lot of recolors. What am I saying, a little bit? A lot of pieces he has is recolored. First of all, let's start off with the Bionicle armor in the Metru Green. I do not believe we see that in any other set, because even with Kongu in the Bionicle form, it was silver. And I don't think any other character had that in this color, so that's a nice recolored piece for him. And he does have a Paraka build, unfortunately, because I know that by this point, everyone's getting a little tired of the Paraka and Nika build. I personally am not. I really like the Paraka and the Nika build. I prefer the Nika build, but the Paraka build isn't too bad. And that is also, the Paraka torso is also recolored in lime green. So this is a really fancy new recolored piece, and I really do like it. It just really makes him pop with that. And not much else is recolored. We already seen the Pridak blade recolored in silver with Hydraxon, so we already seen that before. But he does get a recolored Faxon in lime green, so we do get another color variant of that mask. So it's nice to see that we get a different color of a mask that already exists. I really wish they did that with all the other masks. We get a recolor of all the masks, kind of like how they did in the Mata and the Nuva era of Bionicle, but unfortunately they didn't. He does have this big claw Anua piece. I say Anua, but it's the Paru's piece that is on his chest for a little bit of armor, and then he has, I do not know where that shoulder armor comes from, but yeah, it's just a bit of shoulder armor, and he has this blue pin sticking out of his back, which that is actually a function. It is actually important for the build. I say important, but you can use it. And he has this black tube that goes through his back and obviously to the mask, because he has to breathe on the water, because how else he's going to breathe. Now, discussing the functions in mobility, he has simple articulation, just any regular Toa or villain character for that matter, so just your standard bit of articulation. And I know I'm moving him crazy because this is lime green, but these are new ones. The lime green joints, when I'm building them, did not snap or break so far. So far, it is actually fine. I'm kind of shocked, but it's all good, fine and dandy. And he also has, strangely enough, a Paraka light up eye as his eye stock piece instead of just a normal Metru one, which this would have been a great opportunity to bring in another color for the eye color piece, or make a new eye color piece and have it light up like the Paraka variant, but just it can light up and it's a different color, because that would be really awesome if they did that. But unfortunately, it's just red like everything else, and I guess it's a nice contrast to all the green that he has. So I guess there has to be a little breakup of the color scheme right there, but not too bad. It doesn't ruin it. It probably enhances it. It's just I kind of like it if it was a different color, but oh well, that's just me being nitpicky there. And now we'll talk about his ride, his sea sled, which I don't hate, but it definitely is more to be desired for this. I think that the build itself is fine. I just feel like it's kind of just a bargain sale discount of the Usanui that Takanuva once had. It's a bit cheap feeling almost. Like, just because it's so much smaller and doesn't really have like all the really cool functions in like the Usanui had. I mean, it can do similar things with the flaps. I say flaps, but you can flip the blade pieces and take it out of the stand mode, and it can just kind of like go into its like slaying mode. And I just feel like there could have been more to it. And I know by this point, Lego kind of omitted the like crazy gear function where you have like gears going through and working, but I think this would kind of be really cool if they actually had that. They kind of got rid of that with just these rubber pieces, and it's okay. It does what it does, and when he rides it, it actually looks really nice. Like, I'm surprised that it kind of looks this good when he rides it. So I feel like it can work, but I feel like he has to be riding it to kind of make it look good. Because when it's kind of like by itself, it's kind of just looks like a hodgepodge of pieces and blades. Don't get me wrong, I like the front part where it has these two big like swords in the front. I think that looks so cool with that. I think that's like the coolest part. That's like the main like hook for the set, honestly. When you see Lesovikk riding it and he has like the big swords in the front, that's why they pose it like that, because honestly that is the coolest part. And of course, I did not forget about the Kordak Blaster, and the Kordak Blaster works pretty much how you expect it to. It's kind of hit or miss. Like, you get half of the shots out, and it's okay, but it could be better. But it's not as bad as obviously the Squid Launcher, but I just feel like sometimes it's hard to get those shots out. So what do I think of Lesovikk and his Sea Sled all together? I think this is a pretty good set. I think that I still feel like it could be a little bit more. Like, you just get a standard Toa build, and then you get a little side thing. Like, it's not as cool as, I would say, Maxilos and Spinax. I feel like that's a way cooler build and way cooler set than this, but this is not bad. So the score I give it would be, I'm probably gonna give it an 8.5. Like, it's good. It's really good. I actually really do appreciate the set, and even the building experience was pretty fun, despite, you know, being a little nervous about the lime joints popping and snapping if it did. But regardless of that, it was pretty good. So now, what I think, should you buy this brand new sealed or just get a used one? I would definitely just say get a used one. Like, if you're worried about getting the having the pieces used and it might snap and break, just buy a couple of kilo rack sets and go from there. Because literally, strangely enough, the pieces in 2005 with the lime green was perfectly fine. It's just 07 and onward where the lime green is just really bad for some strange reason. So just buy a couple kilo rack, and then there you go. Now, if you just want it brand new sealed because Lesovikk is just your favorite Toa of all time, then I guess you can buy it brand new. It's expensive, but I think this is still in the range of possibility. Like $250, that's how much I paid for it. So honestly, I will say it's affordable to get brand new. So if you really want it brand new, I say if you got the money, then go for it. But obviously, don't break the bank for it. I think you can buy it used and just get a kilo rack set and replace the parts like that, and you'll be fine. But okay, 8.5, that is my score. Tell me yours down in the comments. What do you think of Lesovikk? What rating you'll give him? And join me next time. Next time when I go over the last set of 07, and is by far the most expensive set so far that I have collected in my entire collection. You all know him. He's big, he's green, and he has a couple of sidekicks. He doesn't. They're trying to beat him and kill him. But that is, of course, the Mad King, Karzani. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will bid you all adieu.
New from Bionicle. Now you can meet Gadunka, the Crusher. Hydraxon, the Jailer. Maxilos, the Guard. The Titans are joining the battle for the Mask of Life. That mask is mine. New Bionicle. Short movie and games on BionicleStory.com. Ask your parents first.